Hello and welcome to a Bedrock video. The sun is rising on my world. This is a Bedrock world that I was talking about in that last little video that I popped out, where I was talking quite a lot about an itch I had. Um, Now, I've got some really big ideas for what I want to do in my new Java-based world that I'm making, but I thought I would hop on here and give you guys a little showcase of the Bedrock world that I was talking about, which all started right here in this ruined church. That was the concept for it. So I'm hoping you can see the vision. I actually really love it. I thought it was a really good idea as a starter base. Actually, obviously it required a bit of extra material gathering to sort of get going because there's quite a lot of different blocks, and it's one of those builds that sort of evolved a little bit as time went on. You've got all the ruined pillars and everything. You've got where the bell tower would have been in pieces. You got my campfire where I used to cook my food on, and that is the very first bed we made in the game. And we got our log for sitting. um yeah, I thought it was a really cool idea for a first build. As it goes, we've got like our little tree farming bit going on here. So I just thought I'd do like a little world showcase and talk about what my plans were with this world, which will now remain forever empty. But this is basically me stalling for time to get an actual video out for you guys from my new world in some senses. So the idea down here, I didn't want to go for generic never travel and transportation. So I was gonna create like an underground rail network, like we would have done like way back when. Oh my god, I have been hunting for Enderman in this world for so long and struggled to find any. I'm not going to bother killing him. There's just no point. So way off in that direction is my end portal. I was going to do a whole build over there, and I never did. And just down here we have our generic skeleton farm, which is where I still pretty much get all of my levels. We have not fought the Ender Dragon in this world yet. So yeah, it's just generic. The skeletons would spawn in and land there, and you just attack their legs until they were dead. Happy days, and gather up all the loot. Yeah, I for some reason in this world I really struggled to find Enderman spawns, and I would spend like ages just sat there waiting and waiting and waiting for an Enderman to spawn, and I just I found the end portal. I just never wound up getting it quite enough pearls to open my portal up. So that's probably what hindered me a little bit. Did a whole load of terraforming. I was going to build a little um like riverbed here, and it was going to actually continue over that way. I just hadn't quite sussed it out yet. The water was going to be flowing down from a peak up there, and there was going to be a wizard's tower up there. Just in the distance over here is where I was doing the bulk of my farming. So there's a farmhouse there. There's like a little outhousey type thing there, and you got all the animal pens just over in that direction. Um, and my nether portal, I wanted to keep it quite disconnected because, like I say, I didn't want to just rely on nether transportation like we all do all the time. So that was like way off in the distance. I mean, I had plans for the nether, but I wanted to do an actual build. Um, just here we have my library that I built. So here's a rudimentary villager breeder. Um, it's very like, I mean, it was just thrown together. The idea was only to have a few villagers that would have been wandering around in this place. I'm really happy with this build. Ultimately, the idea though was to eventually ruin this. I just felt like I needed to build it up properly first and then turn it into ruins. Um, Love the inside of it. It's got some workstations dotted about the place. And the idea was I was just going to get like, the most necessary of villagers in here. Um, if you were to come out this door, you would then bring yourself down, and it's just another way to get back down. This is sort of the house I wound up moving into and living out of because the church had no space for storage, which is of no use to anybody really. If you were to come down these stairs, I was setting up all of the beds for the villagers that were going to live and work out of here. you know, because they need somewhere to sleep. Otherwise, it's not a village. So yeah, I was really sort of happy with this design. Actually, I thought it came out really well. Especially since at this point, I think it had been like 3 years since I'd last even turned a Minecraft game on. Uh, Obviously, completely unfinished rooms, as you'd expect from any professional Minecrafter, right? Loads of unfinished stuff. The tower never even got completed. That's just a generic mob farm, and this is where I was trying to farm all of the Enderman. Maybe I would have had more luck just running around. This is where my wizard tower would have been. Yeah, there was certainly a lot of work that needed to be done, but you know, there's time, I guess, commitment. I've always found this weird thing with Minecraft. If I'm making videos, I feel way more committed to finishing my projects. I don't know whether that's just me or whether that is an actual thing. I'll show you the little storage area that I had going on. Nothing special, just a bunch of chests. It's semi-organized, but actually completely disorganized. This was a little gatehouse, again ruined. So I really wanted to lean into the ruin vibe. Um, I think moss had just been introduced to the game. No, maybe not moss. The pale forest had only just been introduced. That's when I picked this up, but I hadn't played it since like all of the moss blocks and all of that had been added into the game anyway. We'll just take a quick stroll over here. I'm not going to make this like a super long video or anything. It's just a little showcase. I may need to come on really and say that I am working on something. It's just the startings of a world I tend to find take quite a while to get into. So obviously this world was going for a bit of a more rustic vibe. Oh yeah, collecting dogs. So it's just a little farmhouse. There is literally nothing inside. There is a bed, but there's nothing actually here at all. We just got wheat, carrot, and potato fields. You got your reeds, and then you've got your well, sugar cane even, and then you've got your bamboo. Just basic farms, basically just enough to get you by. There's a little farmhouse. Oh, actually, this is quite cool. Like, rather than just making a generic chicken farm, I thought I'd make like little chicken coops and give them a space to run around. Like, I really quite like that as a concept, as opposed to like just penning them in. So, like, even the cows and the sheep have got like roaming space and a chicken in them, apparently. Just because I feel like it fills the world out a bit more, and it certainly leans itself into that sort of rusticy Minecraft feel anyway. Oh, there's a drowned. Trust that it was gonna be raining whilst I was doing this. Let's see if I can sleep the storm away, but I don't think it's not thunderstorm, so I don't think I can actually. I cannot. Well, that's a shame, isn't it? Anyway, that's basically all I have to say. I just thought I'd come on and do a little bit of a showcase. I hope you like the video, and I hope you like the world thus far. It's nothing to sort of cry home about, really. It was definitely in its infant stages, but yeah, I'm basically here just to say, look, I'm getting on it. We're going to do it. And I've done the wrong emoji. We're going to do a wave. Have a good day. Catch you later.